This is the men's room.
Get it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The Clippers, the Grasshoppers, the Hip Ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Hello to our friends in New Orleans. Bayou 95.7. Well, listeners jumping on there. Where else we got them? A 105.3 The Bear in lovely Blacksburg, Virginia. And New Rock 96.9 The Fox in Appleton, Wisconsin. Welcome to the program. Random question day. Your guess is as good as mine. Our categories are going to be about music that makes you happy and superpowers if you could have them. Ask the Men's Room's coming up, and we'll drink and toast with the shot of the day. And it is our random question. 844-999-OLA.
Random.
Hello, Jeremy. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola!
Hola! All right, Jeremy.
My beauties. I'm excellent.
Okay.
Good to know.
All right, let's go with this one. That's a terrible story. But what happened to your junk?
What happened to my junk?
What happened to your junk?
Actually nothing. I'm pretty boring around that junk area.
You've never had anything.
Pretty bushy. I'm pretty bushy. I'm like way too bushy if you ask me. Like Osama bin Laden's beard down there.
Has someone commented openly like, "Hey man, you got to trim that bad boy"?
That's not exactly what I thought you were going to say. But
Well, sometimes my wife tells me, she's like, no, you definitely no.
So your wife,
That's
she
about
will
it.
tell you.
are you
like,
a generally really hairy guy?
No, not really. Just downstairs.
Just down there, huh?
Poofs. I sneeze and just bam, mushroom.
So it looks like a baby bird in a nest.
Yeah, basically.
I've never
A baby bird sitting on eggs in a nest.
I guess that's better than having hair grow out your ears fast or your nose or whatever. But yeah, okay.
Hey, don't get me wrong. It's like as white as a cheese wheel. All right.
Man, you're setting this up great.
You really
I
are.
know. You're painting a beautiful picture of
You really
Virginia
are. The reason we asked.
A pasty slug and a bird's nest.
Oh man,
Right? It's like a weird hot dog on top of spaghetti.
It's like being a sausage got bleached in the sun.
this is on the list of one of the worst case scenarios for anybody in sports. And baseball catchers probably could only happen to them, but it's got to rank somewhere. This has got to be one of the worst injuries in sports. Getting nailed in the junk by a deflected 102 mile per hour fastball. To the point where it required immediate surgery. That's what went down on Saturday night at Busch Stadium when the Cardinal catcher, Molina, he underwent emergency surgery after being hit in the groin by a foul ball. It went clear through, it hit, and it just kept going, man. It smacked that thing, and they don't know what the recovery is going to be. As far as the injury, they haven't released a lot of information yet, obviously, about this. But yeah, man, I mean, it was a brutal shot to the groin. The ball was going again 102 miles an hour.
Picture an itty-bitty little car driving into your testicles, right?
Oh,
but
my
it's a
God.
race car. And think about this, man. This dude, because he's talking to the doctors, they're not sure about recovery. And I don't care who you are. You know this guy has already asked about recovery. And his doctors have to be like, recovery? We don't know.
The team, they pulled down his pants in the locker room, the team doctor, and they rushed him to the hospital for emergency surgery. Oh. So this was,
What do you think it looked like?
Oh, I don't know, man.
All right, because 102 miles an hour, the thing hits you in the junk.
Oh.
They made the snap decision like, man, you need to go have emergency surgery right now. What did that thing look like? When
Like
they
a
did
hot
that?
dog
And
that
he's-
exploded in the microwave.
And he's 35.
Either that or somebody beating on a roast beef sandwich.
But he's
Like it exploded.
35. I mean, how many games has he caught? I don't know. Right? And he was perfectly fine.
Right.
Probably got close.
Oh, well, he had a ball.
Random.
Hello, Marty. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bichola.
Hola.
How y'all doing today?
We're great, Marty. How are you, sir?
I got myself the Palace Premium Package for Slayer, so I am wonderful.
Oh, that's awesome. Good for you, man.
And Lucky Slayer.
Yeah, they'll be happy to see you. All right.
I've seen them since the 80s.
Okay.
How many times do you think you've seen Slayer?
4.
4?
All right. Well, this is the last time they're coming around. This is their farewell. See you later tour.
Is this their farewell? See you later.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely. Yeah, them and Elton John. Let's go with this one. What?
They're touring together.
What? No, well, the farewell people.
Elton John.
The farewell people. Yeah.
Shouldn't they do that every year? Like, if you announce a farewell tour, look, everybody
Rolling
that's saying,
Stones.
right.
Sure.
Well, no, the Stones don't count because we know they're lying. But it'd be Elton John, Slayer, and someone else.
But they alternate songs, like Rocket Man and Raining Blood or whatever.
Yeah, you're both on stage at the same time.
Your song and then. All right, let's go with this one, Marty. What other than food is or has been in your body?
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Man,
The
really?
thought of Ted Smith with an ice cube in his body.
No, Marty.
Your body.
What has been in your like?
Yes.
You could have a fake
What's
knee.
in my body?
Have you ever swallowed anything that wasn't actually food? Do you have a titanium knee?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I swallowed a fly.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
Other than that, no, I have never swallowed anything that I shouldn't have swallowed.
But you never had any. You don't have anything.
What?
You've never had
Oh,
anything.
no, stop. Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I've got a piece of baling wire right now in my left calf. I was mowing the lawn in the mid-'80s, and I took a hunk of baling wire to my leg, and it's still there. I can take a magnet, put a magnet on it, and it pulls out. It's really creepy.
You know what, Marty?
Yeah, that's kinda creepy,
That's
dude.
actually the answer that we were looking for there. Because
It took
There
you
you
that
go. Have a
long
good
to
day,
remember.
guys.
yeah, you too, bro.
See you, bud.
All right.
Only Marty. It takes them that long to. Oh, there's a part of my body where if I stick a magnet, part of what's in me tries to get out.
Yeah. The reason we asked, other than food, what has been in your body or whatever? A 29-year-old woman named Katie Holly. She is from Melbourne, Florida, Ted. She had a cockroach crawl into her ear while she was sleeping last month. That's right. You heard right. A cockroach crawled into her ear.
More of an ear roach myself.
So she told this whole story to Self Magazine, which you know I read front to back, so that's where I got this, where they covered it in deep detail. Here's how it all went down. The cockroach crawled into Katie's ear in the middle of the night. She could immediately tell something was wrong, so she then went into the bathroom.
Lord, powers about. There's a cockroach in your ear.
She stuck a Q-tip in there, and when she pulled it out, all that was stuck to it were 2 cockroach legs. She asked her husband to pull it out with tweezers, but he just got a couple more legs. So they rushed her to the ER. Now, while they waited, Katie could feel the roach scratching and exploring inside of her ear canal.
Exploring?
It was in there exploring inside of her ear canal. The ER doctor used a shot of lidocaine to numb Katie's ear and kill the roach. Then he pulled it out chunk by chunk. But that wasn't the end. When the numbness subsided, Katie's ear still felt weird. So a week later, she went to her doctor, who looked in her ear and realized the ER doctor had not gotten all the pieces of the roach carcass. Katie's doctor flushed the ear, pulled out 6 more pieces of the roach, and made her an emergency appointment with an ear, nose, and throat specialist for later that day. The ENT found even more pieces of the roach in her ear and pulled out the entire head, the upper torso, and more legs. And he said that was definitely it. It then appeared that it was true. After 9 days with a roach in her ear, Katie finally had it all removed. Once it was over, she and her husband had pest control out to their house to get it sprayed. And she says she's going to start sleeping with earplugs, which is a pretty good idea, I would have to say.
Yeah, she puts
Look.
cotton balls in there now.
I personally, man, if I'm her, I don't know that I'm confident that they've gotten it all. Because every time someone says they've gotten it all, they haven't got. Because you would think, all right, the first guy, you go, all right, fair enough, right? But when I go the second time, I'd be exceptionally confident they got it. And then you find out, like, oh, they missed the head and the upper torso?
Sure. If you knew what was going on around you in times when you were sleeping throughout your life, you
wouldn't sleep.
You would not sleep. If you knew, I haven't, it hasn't happened to me in a while, but I got bit by a spider probably 2 or 3 years ago, and I woke up and the lump on my arm, and maybe it was a really tiny little spider. Maybe it was just a small little spider.
Probably.
But in my mind, it was a big hairy one.
It was a monster.
And
sure.
it's in my bed
It's
someplace.
the thing that lives under your bed.
And it's in my bedroom, and I know it because it took a chunk out of it. And maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was a fly. I don't know.
It was a beetle.
I do remember waking up in the middle of the night and going, God, something bit my arm really hard.
Yeah.
And I didn't really think too much about it. I woke up the next day. I was like, oh, my God.
You didn't think too much. You woke up in the middle of the night
Because
going, something bit me.
Something bit me hard.
And you were comfortable to go back to sleep. Because I have the lights on and I'm looking, man. Something just bit me in my bed.
I did get up and I'm like, well, I didn't see anything.
Oh, all right. I thought you were just like,
no.
all right.
No. I mean, I got up. I was like, what in the hell is that?
That's what I would have done.
What?
I was like, something bit me.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm out of bed.
Go back to sleep.
At one point, we lived in upstate New York. We had a bad carpenter ant problem, right? So if you have a house made of wood, carpenter ants are all about it, hence the name. And they're bigger than sugar ants. They're not huge, but their bodies are super hard, right? But we knew we had the ant problem. No big deal. Now, keep in mind, at this time of my life, I'm a kid. I'm like 9 or 10, so I can still grow hair. So I got my mini fro. All right. And we knew we had ants. No big deal. I remember taking a shower, and I'm combing through my hair and pulled out like 3 dead ants, man, from my hair. And after that, I had a very difficult time sleeping for a while. I'm like, when I go to sleep, they tried to climb through my hair, kind of like the movie Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and now they're in the lawn. Like they're going to take the most difficult path that you could walk across my forehead. You could go into the bed, but no. Like on a dare, hey, try to climb through an afro. And guess what? It doesn't work.
The problem with it, the whole thing with the ear, the ear thing is the thing.
Not okay.
I told you about the video about the guy from the BBC, and he's like in the Amazon or someplace, or maybe he's in Papua New Guinea. I don't know where in the hell he is, but the guy's like, hey, look, dude.
The Galapagos.
Yeah, maybe that's where it was.
Where the
Galapagos
reptiles
Island where the
are,
reptiles are. And they take a mealworm and they put it in the guy's ear. But the great thing about it was, as he's bent down to put the mealworm in the guy's ear, the guy who's giving him the guide who's giving them the tour, he's sitting there with his crank out, man, and it's just dangling right in the guy's face. You know, he doesn't wear clothes. You know, he's one of those guys. So he puts the mealworm in his ear, and the BBC reporter can feel the mealworm eating the wax, and you can hear it. And it's not in there very long. And then when it's done eating it, it eats all of it very efficiently and very quickly. It walks back out, man. But
on its own?
Yeah, but the mealworm is now... He goes in like a little tiny lightweight, and he comes out like a heavyweight champion.
And he's just full of earwax.
He looks like a tick coming out of there, man. Oh, completely full of dirty brown earwax.
So that's like their Gatorade. Their Gatorade
right.
for mealworms are
exactly.
earwax.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, they think they have little TV commercials like the Steph Curry mealworms. Before every game that I go out, I eat earwax.
But that was just, that was the...
Is that any worse than eating like people that suck on bones of animals to get the marrow out and stuff?
Hell no. I mean, that was the old school form. That was the old medicine way of clearing out an ear infection or anything like that. He's like,
well, I guess it works.
Absolutely works.
Yeah, let the little fella eat.
Random question, 844-999-OLA. We've got more of your calls coming up. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Hola, bichola. You have entered the men's room.
Coming up, the return of Ask the Men's Room right before we drink and toast with a shot of the day. If you have a question for any of us here in the Men's Room, just shoot us an email to the Men's Room at mensroomlive.com. Ask the Men's Room is coming up. In the meantime, it is our random question, 844-999-OLA.
Before we left, Miles, you brought up the story of the woman who had the cockroach climb in her ear while she was asleep.
That is correct.
Over a period of 9 days, she has to visit 3 different doctors just to get all of the body parts removed. All
Disgusting.
Right? And then you went on to tell the story, something bit you in your sleeve, you think it was a spider, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so a couple of comments come in. It says, you guys are absolutely freaking me out talking about all these bugs. I'm going to have a hard time sleeping after this episode of The Men's Room. And then it goes on. This is to you, Miles. At least the spider didn't bite your ass like it did me. This woman says, I moved into an apartment in Tequila that had bed bugs. Always a good time.
Oh, no.
In the apartment bonus.
Yay!
Thank you.
And you paid for those. But here is my favorite. It says, a spider bit my vagina while I was sleeping once.
Oh, no.
I woke up with swelling and a big lump. The doctor told me he could see the fang marks. Good times.
Oh, in the dining and entertainment district.
Yes, indeed.
Jeez, a whiz.
And then I heard the motorcycle roar as Spider laughed.
Oh, right.
See you next week, Spider? Yeah, you know, man.
That's like the equivalent of going out to the Cheesecake Factory.
That's
good.
Random.
You can still see the fang marks, though, man.
Oh, I hate it when that happens.
I don't know. See, now again,
We would get in trouble for that.
I ask myself this a lot, all right? So when you're a kid, there's like jobs you want. Right?
Yeah.
I want to be a fireman. I want your parents say be a doctor. So then you think, all right, I'm a doctor. I make whatever money. And then one day I go to work, and a woman comes in with a swollen vagina, and I can see fang marks. And listen, I don't care who you are. Don't wish that on your child. I would tell them, like, do not. I went to the doctor about a month ago because I have this lump on my ass, but it's in the actual butt crack, so he had to get all up and personal. And I'm like, and I even asked him, I said, you went to 8 years of medical school, and this is your moment. This is what you get to do.
Everyone knows you don't use teeth.
Yeah.
Spider's very irresponsible.
Well, he's got, never mind.
So one thing that Spider's the complete opposite of DJ Khaled.
Oh, yeah. Did you read that?
Oh, yeah.
He will not, DJ Khaled, it's Khaled, right?
Khaled.
Just, I guess it's an interview from a few years ago, but it's making the rounds today that he once said, and I believe he holds true, that he will not perform oral favors on a woman, but fully expects it to happen for him because men are king.
Yeah, because we're kings.
Yeah.
We're
That's
kings,
almost
huh?
his exact quote.
Yeah. I mean, that's what he said.
Well, why would being a king make you not want to? If he doesn't like doing that,
Then just say you don't like doing
exactly.
it, man.
Like,
That's not royalty.
Right, leave the rest of us
I
alone.
bet you Prince Charles, you can imagine it.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
be right back, my
Yeah,
darling.
excuse me.
Just hold my ears.
Yes.
I
See
mean,
if there's any lice on the top of my head for a while.
I'm willing to bet a large sum amount of
Spares
money
my cowling.
that Harry has done that. And he's in line to be a real king.
Oh, yeah, man.
I thought you were talking about Harry Styles.
Random.
I don't know about Harry Styles.
If I'm a betting man, Prince Harry, definitely.
Yeah.
Harry Styles, not before like 9 months of a relationship. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, well,
Honey,
if Harry think Harry Styles is down.
Harry's slaying it. You don't want to know how much
I
Harry...
know.
No, we know he's
slaying
doing
it,
that.
but because he's Harry Styles,
Right.
But I don't know if he's returning some of the favors that he might be receiving just because he's
Honey,
Harry
I'm a
Styles.
singer. I've got to protect my throat. That's all what happened with the Douglas fella.
He doesn't say, "My says me."
His wife
I'm gonna protect
his
me
wife
throat.
gave him vaginal cancer.
I'm Harry Styles.
I'm
Gotta
supposed to yell-
protect me throat.
How do you throw your wife under the bus about her giving you throat cancer and expect to get that in return?
With Michael Douglas?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it'll never happen again.
Oh, no. That's what I'm saying. Like, you just
And
said...
you can't blame her.
You said my cancer-causing vagina gave you the throat cancer.
Yeah, and nobody asked.
Right.
You know,
he
he
just
says this-
volunteered that information. Yeah, I got throat cancer from cunnilingus.
Right.
You know, no one asked you about that. No one said, "Hey, Mike, did you get your throat cancer from cunnilingus?" And you didn't have to answer that question even if I asked.
Right.
No one asked.
He brought it up.
I want everybody to know this tongue is magical.
Well, I think he was alluding to the fact, like, hey, I've smoked for years, but that's not why.
Right, exactly.
It's from Catherine Zeta-Jones's vagina. Like, damn, man.
Who does
you
that?
know?
You know,
Like, right.
oh, my vagina closed up because my husband's penis is so small.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
She's not going to say it.
Thanks.
You hope.
Thanks.
Oh, that happened once.
Random.
76.
Right.
Yeah, right.
1850. Small island, northern Atlantic.
Hello, Devin. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola!
Hola.
All right, what you guys got for me?
All right, Devin, let's see here. Okay. Who do you think about when you're flogging the dolphin? Who do you fantasize about?
I already know the answer is me.
Oh, man. You guys ever heard of a lady called Faye Reagan?
Faye Reagan. No. You
Yeah,
going to
she-
Google her or should I? Faye Reagan. Why would I know her? What would I know her from?
Pornhub.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
If you don't know her on Pornhub, probably don't know her anywhere else.
She's pretty big on there, so, I mean...
Okay, I believe you. They,
It's just not my website, but I'm sure I've seen one of her films.
Oh, sure, man.
oh, you would like that.
They try. Oh, hold on. Let me
Yeah,
take a
you-
peek. See.
He's up. He's moving. Look.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I know who she is, man.
All right.
Yeah, I never knew her name, but
Well, it
sure,
does that
I
one thing. Okay.
I absolutely recognize who she is.
Now, are you fantasizing?
we might be Eskimo brothers of the mind.
Are you thinking of her, or
Because we've both had sex
or
with
are
her.
you actually looking at her? I guess.
Oh, no, I'm actually looking at her. I mean,
Okay.
come on.
All right. All right.
I have lost my imagination thanks to Pornhub.
Okay. All right.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of weird. I feel like if I'm doing that, then I'm probably just thinking about the people on the screen. But I guess if I was going just off...
If you're just going memory alone, you got no material.
Oh, so I got to go back to like somebody I've had sex with?
No, just anything you can think of.
You just don't have someone
having a
available.
good
Your mi-
experience.
You're
Your
just
mind is a-
sitting in your
yeah.
bedroom bored.
Your mind is a blank
Right.
canvas. You can put anything on there you want.
Like, who comes to mind? Hulk Hogan?
Yeah.
Dude, I like
Macho
blondes,
Man.
but not like that.
Macho Man. Come on, brother. Maybe the Kool-Aid guy's gonna bust through the wall when you finish.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what he meant by
Take
the
off
cream,
your
cream of the
pants.
crop.
I am the Kool-Aid man. Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Get your fingers wet.
I think I might think of somebody, just random people I saw on the street.
Well, like celebrities. Like, who's
Oh,
a good
yeah.
go-to celebrity? Good God, I cannot believe it's this hard, man.
Sorry, he's right.
Isn't that why you have the bank? Like, the bank is where you go just to
I
pull
know
a
that.
random name
Rolodex.
out.
I usually make a withdrawal. Like, you can watch porn so easily.
I know, but sometimes, like, you just, like, there's There's nothing there to
when
help
you're driving
If
down the
you-
road, whatever.
Don't make me sing Willy Wonka. Just your imagination. Just ruined Willy Wonka for everyone.
According to a new survey, these are the celebrities we fantasize about the most. For guys, the most popular choice for a game of 5-on-1 is Beyonce, followed by Jennifer Lawrence, Kim Kardashian, Taylor Swift, and Kylie Jenner.
You know what's funny about that list to me is Taylor Swift the most. Like Beyonce would say, I don't think about those things, but I'm not surprised. Jennifer Lawrence would be like, of course. Kylie Jenner would be like, I do it on purpose. Kim Kardashian, I do it on purpose. Taylor Swift, who apparently is kind of icy, as far as relationships go. It's like, for all this image you put out, guys are just spanking it.
No, well, yeah, I mean.
She's the only one I think would be like, ew.
Women, they go Brad Pitt, Johnny Depp.
The two stinkiest
Johnny
people in
Depp,
Hollywood.
who smells horrible.
I've heard that about Brad Pitt, too.
Yeah,
right?
followed by Chris Hemsworth, Tom Cruise. Women think, I guess, if you can take his brain away and you just
Don't
see
you?
Tom
That's what
Cruise,
masturbation is.
maybe you can do that.
They don't
And,
have a brain. They're willing to do whatever it is you want them to do in that moment.
And Chris Pratt.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Like, I think.
I mean, in real life, I would be arrested, but no. When it's
You mean
solo
you can't-
time,
you can't
you
jump-
are flexible, you are willing, you are adventurous.
You don't have to jump the fence at their
You don't
house.
need to
And
know
I'm
their
really
political
good.
views. Like, there's women I like that I could clearly, 5-on-1
And
to.
Coulter.
Well,
No.
no, I was thinking more about that Britt McHenry girl. But she's a
Oh,
mean person.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, you talking
She's
about
a
the blonde?
horrible
Yeah,
Blonde
they
on
yelled
Fox
at like
News?
the lady. At
You just grudge her.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, but I'm saying,
Absolutely.
Phil's right there.
You
For
think this
masturbation,
way.
you don't need to care about where they actually stand
No.
on issues.
You can't mean this crap you're pumping out. There's no way.
Random.
Hello, Elise. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bichola.
Hola. Hello, Elise. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you guys?
We're doing great. Let's see here. Oh, we read an interesting story that you'll find.
This is
to
what we
be-
shared with Robin earlier.
Yeah. You go ahead and tell her about it, Steve. It's really fun stuff.
This is, and honest to God, all right, so we're just doing routine research for the show, and this is the study. Comes across my desk, and it was done by Fred Hutch, whatever it is,
Yeah,
in
cancer.
cancer research. And they were not looking to find this, but what they discovered was there's like mitochondrial DNA inside of a woman's brain from every dude that she ever slept with.
Huh.
I want you to think about that. Think about every guy ever. There's a piece of him.
When you think about Hot Carl from back in the day,
Right.
he's still lodged in your brain somewhere. For real, permanent.
Okay.
That's a slippery
horrible,
slope.
isn't
Still
it?
up in there.
That's right.
Oh, God.
Yeah, left my box.
I was in that brain first. Right, Ray J? Sure you were.
Right? That's a bold call by him. Like, all right.
I was in the brain
You were
first.
there before that guy.
Science is the worst.
Good or let's go with this one. Good or bad? What streak have you had in your life?
What streak?
Yeah.
Like,
It could be getting
Like-
parking tickets. It could be, I don't know, actually getting to work on time if that's not your thing.
Mm-hmm.
let's see. I have had good luck with the size of my partners, I guess you could say.
All right. That's what we're talking about. Now, wait a minute. Okay, now. All right, but okay.
I guess we're out.
But here's the thing, and I truly believe this. You're attracted to a certain type of person and a certain look. We all have a certain type that we find. Not that we wouldn't take anything. We all know that. But we have a certain type.
Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, exactly.
No
Right.
one's off limits.
We don't care. You like me, I like you. Let's go. But if you like a type, depending on the type that you like. Okay, so what's your type of guy look like? Your ideal guy?
Mandingo warrior.
Well,
Yeah, exactly. I like NBA forwards. I mean, like, what kind of guy do you like?
since I've got older, it's definitely changed a lot.
All
Like,
right.
my current boyfriend is like a short, bald guy, but he has the best personality and the most beautiful blue eyes I've ever seen. So I think it's the blue eyes is what gets me, besides the
But if
nice
he had brown
eyes.
eyes, honestly, if he had brown eyes, do you think you'd still be dating him?
I mean, yeah, but I'm a little bit more superficial than that.
Okay.
And
well,
you
you should be.
I think eyes are a bonus. I dated one girl that had really like nice blue, and it was just like an added bonus.
I once dated a woman whose eyes weren't yellow.
Yeah, but you said he's huge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you've had a good streak with that. Like you just so secretly, when you pick up a new boyfriend or whatever it is, you quietly celebrate the fact like, cool, another big
Do you
package.
tell the new boyfriend, hey man, I'm so
Listen,
glad you have a big one because every guy that I've dated one has had a huge hog, and I'm just glad to keep the streak alive. Right now I'm at 15.
Right.
I try and keep the numbers a secret.
Sure.
You know,
Right.
He's definitely, top of my list for sure, which is why he's still around.
Do you think you have do you think you have an innate ability to be able to pick this gentleman out of a crowd? Like, do you think if you had a
we're
line,
blindfolded six or
if we put 20 men in a row, right, and you had to pick 3 guys that you think, are packing heat, do you think that you would do a good job at that game?
Oh yeah, for sure. There's definitely
What are your tells? If you're playing put, what are your tells?
They
in the
smile
world
like David Spade.
of huge penis men.
To be honest, what I found is that really tall guys are actually not large.
Oh, Steve! Oh no!
Oh, now we're not 6 foot there, Miles?
No.
What, 5'11"?
I'm 5'11".
Yeah.
5'11 and a half. Just right up to the line.
He mentions that he is over 6 foot any
Every
chance he
time.
can.
Every
Today
time.
It's like, oh, Steve,
Yeah.
tall dude.
Tall guy.
You're
Small
screwed.
penis. Okay, what else?
I would say the less cocky a guy is, they don't have anything to prove. So, if you've got a nice, package, then you don't have to be a jerk. You can just, be yourself,
Thanks to my penis, I can finally be myself.
I'm confident.
I'm Dr. Hill's penis enlargement surgery.
Look how big that thing is.
This was me 6 months ago. Hello.
I've been smiling ever since. Matter of fact, I don't even have time to eat because I'm still smiling. The reason we asked good or bad, what was your streak? Justify's owners walked away with $1.43 million after the horse won the Kentucky Derby. Meanwhile, a woman in Austin, Texas, picked him to win, ended up with just a hair less, $1.2 million. Her bet cost her $18 and involved a pick 5 wager in which she had to select the winners of 5 consecutive races. In her case, the final 5 of the day. And Margaret Reed nailed it. According to the San Antonio Times, she correctly chose Limousine Liberal as the winner of the day's 8th race.
Great name.
Yeah. The Churchill Downs Stakes, then Murad in the American Turf Stakes, Funny Duck in the Pat Day Mile, Yoshida in the Old Forester Turf Classic, and then, of course,
Old Forester Turf Classic.
Justify. She made the bet at the racetrack in Selma, Texas on Saturday. $1.2 million off an $18 bet.
Damn.
Yeah. She's been winning. She's been on a streak, she said, but this is the most that she's ever won.
Yeah.
She was in the sports bar when it happened, and the whole bar went nuts for her. So that's very good.
That's fantastic.
She's buying drinks.
Yeah, she better be. That's all on one.
That's why they're cheering. She thinks they're cheering for her.
What's the level of money you have to win on something to start buying drinks?
Me personally?
Well, years ago, the squares you get for Super Bowls or whatever.
All right.
So I did one that was really expensive. And at the time, I probably didn't have $40 to spend on it, but I did. So in a quarter, I won $1,000.
Get out of here.
I'd buy a round of drink.
Right, me and Burris ran
yeah.
over to the bar and started buying shots.
Shoot, yes.
But I mean, is it a couple? It's got to be over. If you win $100, you start buying shots. You're
You're
gonna
out of
spend
mind.
that
If you have $100, you're going to buy your own drinks.
Maybe 1,000 or more. I think that's fair.
Because 500, you're like, dude, I won 500.
But that's still a huge dent in
It's
what
a
you want
lot,
if you
but
buy
you know what I
around.
mean? But it's still yours.
Right.
At 1,000, you're like, man, I never have this much money. Drinks on everybody.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the
All
difference.
right, $1,000.
Yeah,
If we
$1,000.
find out you won $1,000, you're buying us a drink.
Okay.
I think that's fair, right?
Yeah, totally.
G?
Totally.
You owe me a drink. I was here when you were fortunate.
Yeah, right.
So
Dude,
buy me
you
a
totally
drink.
owe me that. I don't even know you.
Doesn't matter. I was here. Hello, Matthew. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
Matthew, let's go with this one. What would you say that you consume a whole lot of? What do you consume a ton of?
Marijuana.
How much marijuana do you consume?
Oh, I probably come close to an eighth a day.
An eighth a day.
All right.
All right. And when do you start?
Couple grams at least.
When do you start smoking?
When did I?
Mm-hmm.
What was I, 17?
And how often do you smoke? Do you smoke as soon as you wake up?
No, I'm not quite awake and baked. I don't quite like that. I like to have my coffee and move around. I like to give it a good hour. into the day.
All right, okay, yeah, like so not immediate. You give it an hour. Okay, so what time is that?
Well, I get up at 5, so probably around
6. And
6 a.m.
I'm going to go ahead and say that I consider that in my definition to be a wake and bake.
Yeah.
Well, I used to be a young man. I mean, literally, hit the alarm and reach for the ball.
All right.
Now I got to wait till 6 a.m.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Getting up at 5.
I poop and drink coffee first.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good call. And some ESPN.
I get some highlights.
Right.
I get my coffee. I take a poop, and then I get stoned.
All right.
Okay.
Fair enough, man.
Yeah,
I like that
great
guy.
plan. Reason we asked, what do you consume a lot of? A Wisconsin man who since 2016 has held the Guinness World Record for the most McDonald's Big Macs consumed. He's reached yet another milestone after eating his 30,000th Big Mac. Don Gorski.
He sounds like a guy
who,
that
as
would do
Ryan
that.
Castle pointed out, looks amazingly like John Lennon, is 64 years old. And he ate the record-extending double patty sandwich at a local McDonald's restaurant and says he's eaten so many simply because he loves hamburgers. According to the retired prison guard, he's eaten at least one Big Mac a day since May 17th, 1972.
Jeez.
I thought he was going to get drafted and started eating them every day. And was like, I'll keep eating them until I get drafted for the war.
Well,
They never
he's
drafted him.
true to his word.
Gorski says that despite eating the fast food favorite at least once a day, his cholesterol and blood pressure readings are both normal. There you go.
His body's simply adjusted.
Dude, he freezes some in case it snows so he doesn't miss a day with a Big Mac.
That's thinking.
Really?
Yes.
That is seriously thinking.
I was fired up about Big Mac guy. I know way too much about him.
Golly, that is getting it done. Random question, 844-999. Ola, more your calls coming up. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Your guess is as good as mine. Coming up, the categories today will be music and superpowers. We'll do your guess is as good as mine right after emails from the men's room at mensroomlive.com. It is our random question, 844-999-OLA.
Random.
Hello, Josh. Welcome to the men's room.
Random.
Hello, Josh.
Josh.
Random.
Couldn't hear you guys say John. I'm here, dude.
You there?
Hola.
There he is.
I'm here. I'm here.
All right. Okay. Josh, let's go with this one. Here's a good question. Where is the creepiest place that you've ever been? Where's the creepiest place that you've ever been in your life?
Probably the Lusty Lady, man. Do you remember? I know you guys remember that place.
I never went in, but yeah, I
don't
remember.
think I ever went in either.
I never did
Come on!
either.
Everybody says that they never went in. Come on, you guys walked in there at least once, didn't you?
I
never went in,
I
man.
never really went in there.
Listen,
all right.
I wish I had. It's like,
Well,
What was the creepiest part about it?
have you ever been to a beach at low tide?
Okay.
all right.
So,
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah.
I was actually looking for a legitimate answer
Right.
there, you know.
Yeah. Well, now I'm just thinking about going to the Block in Baltimore, same kind of places.
Oh, they were horrible. Every
Yeah.
one
Over
of
by
them.
Edgar Allan Poe's grave. That area in there is scary as well. That's a dangerous area to be.
Well, wait, do you find it creepy or
It's not creepy.
It's dangerous.
Well,
for
I mean,
sure.
it's this old cemetery, Iron Gate. You know, it has
right,
a
let me ask
very
you this.
creepy element to it.
But
Baltimore at night,
is so violent at night. Do you think that if Baltimore were not as violent as it is, do you think you'd find its grave creepy? Because I've been there, and you don't think it's creepy because you're so aware of your surroundings. If you know what I mean?
yes, There's
I never found-
that element is also there to make it more
should be
creepy.
except this
It's
is
more
different.
dangerous.
Right?
Yeah, that was always my feeling.
Was just danger.
Super dangerous.
Think about that.
Daytime, danger in that neighborhood.
You are so dangerous. You suck the creepy out of someone's grave. Like time to relax.
There's
right?
also-
dial it back, man.
There's also the psych hospital that's abandoned in.
yeah, I got no interest. I never went there, man.
I didn't either, but that was not.
You know what? I've been to an abandoned psych hospital in Maryland.
And-
Well, we didn't go in. We were just driving the grounds in a Jeep.
Why didn't you go in?
Well, I wasn't going to go in. It scared the crap out of me.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be there, period. But my buddy was like, let's go.
It's what the Virginia Tech campus looks like. The Massachusetts mansion where Lizzie Borden lived after being acquitted of the axe murder of her father and stepmother will soon be open for overnight stays and tours.
That's where I want to go.
Crews are finishing renovation, and the owners of the Fall River home, known as Maplecroft, hope their bed and breakfast opens for business within a month or so. The home retains some feature from Borden's time,
like blood splatter,
including floral wallpaper in the dining room and a tin ceiling in the kitchen. Maplecroft is not the house where Andrew and Abby Borden were slain in 1892. That home is now the Lizzie Borden Bed and Breakfast Museum.
Okay, well, at least it's a museum,
yes.
not a place you stay. I still don't want to stay in a place of that. Like, look, I mean, I guess she was acquitted, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know nothing about the case other than, like, kids' rhymes, but to me, she's guilty and she's crazy.
That's crazy.
The original OJ.
Yeah. Well, if you're selling a house anyway, don't they have to tell you if somebody died in it?
No, I think some states you do, but I'm not sure it's universal, man.
Yeah. Random question, 844-999. Ola, more of the random question coming up here in seconds.
Hola! The shenanigans continue on the Men's Room Radio Network.